Shaking on a Stick Blues. Lee Highway. We were in the car together, and I was huffing a little like you do sometimes. You know, you usually watch your speed rolling through them cities on that Lee Highway. Making it up, Stanton, Virginia. Saw them blue lights. Oh, they got me. It's like I'm in Oxford or something. But cause you know I'd had a few. Just a few. Mr. Moyse, that's my name. That's what they called me that. He said, you had anything to drink tonight, you know, like they do. I said, I had a couple of beers. Ain't any of those true. Just a few though. The thing was, prior to that engagement with this officer of the law, I had been taking some pictures for a band, like you do, you know, and you were wearing some goofy old thrift store shoes. I was wearing some goofy old thrift store boots. They had these big old plastic heels. You couldn't walk for nothing in them. Much less walk a straight line or stand on one foot or touch your nose or do anything in those ridiculous shoes. But I tried. It went like this. Like the way I walk. So they hauled me in. But it's a nice little ride. Turns out that officer was familiar with the band that I was in at the time. And he was a big fan. We were called the Hackensaw Boys, and he was a big fan. He said, aren't you in the Hackensaw Boys? I said, yeah. He said, man, my wife's never gonna believe this. Wait till I tell her. He said, I can't believe you're in the back of my car. I said, I can't either. I said, think of how happy she'd be if you let me go. So we got to the old police station, put me on that machine where you're breathing and stuff. That machine didn't clear house due to my foolish footwear it was. My stupid boots, I could barely walk here. Well, guess what, friends? I'm happy to say I did not go over the limit on that machine. I was falsely accused, yeah. So anyway, we all had a good laugh about that. They charged me with reckless driving and sent me on my way. But I had to do a court date, you know, so I went in front of that judge. He said, reckless driving, we don't like that kind of driving on the Lee Highway. We just like that kind of business. I said, oh yeah, I like that too myself, Judge. But he said, he slapped that hammer down, he said, $1,500 fine. Okay. Good thing I didn't spend so much money on them boots, right? And so we got going. I walked out of there and I said, how would you like to pay that? I thought, well, you know, I wouldn't like to at all. And he said, we can put you on the payment plan for $10 a month. $10 a month. Check my wallet. be able to make that kind of money going up and down the Lee Highway, playing this old fiddle, chasing around that girl of mine, trying to stay happy, fine, cold, loaded. So I signed the note there, and I had to pay him $10 a month. Sounds pretty good. So there I was, several months later, I was paying my $10 a month, putting this all behind me. And then one day we were playing some like blue jeans and barbecue and wine festival or something ridiculous like you get there in the Swananoa Valley of Virginia. They just pile it all on and make a festival about it. Happily playing that. We had a good old time right there in Waynesboro, Virginia. And after we played, I got off the stage and there was this guy sitting there and he said, "Hey, you remember me?" I said, "No sir, I do not." He was casually dressed, He said, "I was that guy who pulled you over and tried to give you a DUI about a year ago." He said, "How's that going?" I said, "Well, I guess it's all right. I'm paying $10 a month on the musician plan. I don't know how that goes." But I noticed he was wearing plain clothes. He said, "Well, I've been promoted since I last ran into you, my friend." And he says, "I'm now a narcotics officer for the state of Virginia. And, things are going pretty good. We, moving on up. We got big, if you ain't going up, you're going down." So I said, "Congratulations, that's nice. We'll never have any problems on those fronts." He said, "Well, how's that going?" I said, "Well, that's all right. I'm about $30 into like a 5-year payment plan on this $1,500 fine. So I think it's going to be all right." And then he said, "Well, hey, I'm a narcotics officer now. Give me a call. Here's my card." He says, "I'll just tell the DA that you gave me some information or something, and we'll just get that knocked away." Then I said, "Oh, that sounds great, man. That's so nice of you." I said, "What do you mean? I gave you some information?" I started then to wish that they'd never built that highway and just kept them railroad trains. That night, and I was sitting there with this guy's card in my hand. I was thinking about it. This could be I could get out of the other $1,400.70, whatever the heck I owed the state of Virginia. I had my phone in one hand, I had the card in the other. And I started thinking, what do you mean just tell him I told you some information? We were starting to make 60 down that Lee Highway. I don't know if you ever been in a van full of a bunch of dudes in a band. So let's just say you gotta roll the windows down. You gotta keep the windows down. You know, keep your wits about yourself, as they say. And I barely had my wits about myself. I picked up that phone, and then all of a sudden, a big old gust of wind blew in the one driver window, and the other grabbed that car, and it hovered right in front of my face. For about 5 seconds, I could have grabbed it, and I thought, my pride. A little lighter in the pocket. Still got my pride though. But I'll tell you one thing. I ain't been back there since. Moving on down the line. Hey,
Welcome to the other side, you
my
folks.
mind just back.